Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by the shop. We're going to try to do a Screwy Tuesday. Hopefully it'll come out on Tuesday, we'll see. Haven't made a video in a while. I really appreciate you taking some time and stopping by the shop here. I've got a list, and we'll see what I can put together for you here. I've got lots of things that have been happening here in the shop, and I've been showing quite a bit on Instagram. And if you happen to watch Keith Rucker today, he talked about it also. It's just a simple way to get something that's happening in the shop out quickly, share it with a lot of the viewers, and get feedback. It's been really nice. And so what happens is a lot of it's on my Apple iPhone, and then trying to transfer that from the iPhone to the computer, and believe me, I've been trying. But let's start off with a little fun first. So I'm gonna hold this up. That's the chamfering block that Tom Lipton had designed, and I asked him for a copy of it, and he sent me one. And he offered, he goes, hey, I got a piece of Delrin that you can have to make it out of. And I was heading up to the lake, and he says, hey, if you want to stop by and pick it up. And at the same time, he had a tool for my friend Carl, and I could pick that up for him at the same time. Well, as you probably watched the bash this weekend, you saw the prank of that Tom pulled on Dale Dairy. They had a discussion about that, and if you followed Instagram, you saw it on there also probably. Well, here's a quick little video of me not getting pranked by Tom, but getting caught. As you can see, I was called a porch pirate, and luckily for myself, and I guess for myself, right at the very end of it was a video caught on his camera outside of his unit, and luckily right at the very end, I happened to look up and see the camera, because as an old guy, I had to take a leak, and I didn't take it right there, which I was going to. So. But the views and the comments were hilarious, just hilarious. Some people actually thought I was a porch pirate. Tom, of course, called me the old bastard and this and that. But anyway, good one on Tom. He got me. Next, let's talk about 3D printers. This video is actually a sponsorship by Banggood. I requested a 3D printer, and I got a 3D printer from them, and it's an Ender printer, and I'm going to see if I can show you a couple of videos of that. Now, back what I put together there. I've really don't know much about 3D printing, and I'm just a super novice. I can open up the program on Fusion. And so once I got the printer, I was having a heck of a time trying to understand how to print something. And I got to take my hat off to my friend Harold Waters, Amateur Redneck Workshop. He helped me and guided me through all the steps and how to do slicing, and talked about adhesion to the bed and temperatures and everything. So Harold, my good friend, I just got to say thank you very much. And let's take a couple of shots here. I made one of the first things I did was one of the standard items, which was a pig. I think I can show you that. And then John Saunders showed a little stand to use under the microscope. And so that was one of the first things I printed as a, quote, tool, which really worked out nice. You'll see some videos of that here. And then One of the other things that I've been doing in the shop was my two 20-volt drill driver and screw impact gun. They were always sitting on the bench. They never had a home. And so I kept trying to figure out where can I hang these guys. And I really wasn't big on you see a lot of guys that use the PVC pipe and cut a slot and they set them up in the PVC pipe. Well, one, I didn't have any shelf arrangement for that. And I wasn't really a big fan of it. And I came up with the idea of hanging the units on the belt hook. Yeah, so you'll see the installation there. And then you're going to see another item I printed, which was to hold driver bits. Okay, well, we're back from that, and interesting on the printing of the driver bit holder. It printed well, and geez, I went to put a driver bit in it, and it doesn't fit. What the heck is this? So I happen now to read a couple of the comments, and comments say, hey, nice design, but the driver bits don't fit. So I said, well, I got a mill. So I came out and set it up in my mill. Here's a picture of that. And found I think I needed, what was it, a 17 32nd drill bit or 4-flute end mill. Anyway, I found what I needed, which was, I was really surprised at the odd size that I wanted. And went to take my drill chuck out of my mill, and I have a power drawbar that I installed on my mill, and I had so many things in my head. Instead of hitting the out button, I hit the in button and pounded that collet into the quill quite good, not knowing that. Well, then I went to take the collet out, and my power drawbar disengaged, but the collet was still in the quill. The top of my power drawbar, I can't think of the damn word, the rod, I had to extend it and modify it for mine, and the impact socket within that power drawbar was starting to kill the nut that was in there. So my first thought was I just spun off the nut. And then I went and the way I designed my power drawbar, I can actually get in there with a wrench, and all of a sudden I could pull the drawbar up, which I shouldn't be able to if it's still connected to the collet. And I went, oh my God, I think I actually snapped the drawbar. And so I started taking it apart and come to realize that I had tightened the collet so far into the quill that the drawbar had managed to just back out and leave the collet in there. So that was great news. Tap, tap, get it out. Just normally like if you use a wrench to take it out. Got the collet out, and then here's a couple of shots of my drawbar chewed up, and then the repair of it. Okay, well, back from that, my mill's working great, and I'm happy about that. About 3D printing, I mentioned about John Saunders, and I mentioned about Harold helping me, and I mentioned about my 20-volt storage. Well, I got another friend here, Paul Boulay, and he printed these and sent them to me, and they're basically little boxes, and they can stack on top of each other. Really nice, and then he actually made clips where you can clip them together sideways. So I'm going to have to probably get the files from him on that, and could be some future printing here in the shop, but Paul did a great job on those. All right, another little quick thing, Vince Ender, you can look up his channel, ENDER. He does some great videos. We've been getting together, and we did a couple of grindings, and then he did some scrapings on top of it, and unfortunately we didn't film any of it, which is too bad. But he called me up and said, hey, I'd like to come over and show you some boxes that from my father and grandfather machinist items. So he came over and we went through the boxes, and of course we didn't video any of it. But I got to show you this one ruler that was in there that's probably out of the 50s or 60s. And we'll flip to that. and we're back from that. And I thought that thing was awesome. How it would just hold it and flicker it, and it would show you the dimension and the decimal. Pretty nice. Okay. Next, did I talk about Chewie yet? I don't think I talked about Chewie. So my good friend Chewie, you remember he had the accident? Well, he's been doing pretty good. His spirits are good, and his hand is getting better, and he's been out working in the shop, which is just super. So the other night he called me up and he says, "Hey Chuck," he goes, the depth stop on your quilt, he goes, "Can you send me a few pictures of it?" He goes, "I want to build one of those." I said, "Geez, they're only $4." He goes, "No," he goes, "I need a project, I want to build it." So here's a couple of photos from Chewie, back from those photos, and he's not done, he's waiting on the spring for the inside of it, but boy, he did a really nice job on the machining on it. So Chewie, hang in there, keep on working away, you're doing well. Diamide clamps. They recently sent me the weld adapter for the clamp to basically for me to try out, to comment on, and show you a picture of that. Yeah, okay, we're back from that. Let's see, other things, barbecues. I think I got some pictures of this. Again, it's on Instagram. I bought one of the Lodge cast iron small grills that Adam Booth had shown, and I ordered it, and then that was on a Friday, and on a Sunday stopped at an estate sale, and the guy says, "Hey, there's a drill press and there's a grinder in that shed. If you want it, you can have it." And I walked back there and looked at it, and I said, "I don't need it," and trying to think of someone that could use it, and that wasn't there in my head. So I turned around and I walked out, and there was a barbecue there. And I said, "How much for the barbecue?" And he goes, $15. And I think I got some video of that barbecue I'll show you. Well, that's a Santa Maria grill type of barbecue, and I really wanted one. And they're anywhere from 200 plus to, the sky's the limit probably, how much of a option you want on it and how good of a product. This one was probably built in the 60s or 70s, and I think the guy might have used it once or twice, and super clean, and I've been enjoying it. I got stuck. I couldn't get cancel my order on the Lodge cast iron grill, but I did manage to sell it on Craigslist for the money I paid for it, so that went away. And it'd be interesting to see my automatic lights shut off in my shop, so I'm glad I had some other lights lit up here as I'm in the dark right now. And I think that's it. A lot of chatter. I hope there was some good video in there for you. Final thing is our good buddy Howie. A month ago we were at the lake, and well, let me put it this way: he's been having seizure issues, and then I don't know. 2 months ago he had some physical issues, and then a month ago at the lake he jumped off a 6-foot wall, and next day he could barely move, and took him to the vet, and they did all sorts of stuff. And well, the other day I got up, and he was in his bed, then he got up on my bed, and then I walked by, and he always just follows me, and he didn't follow me. And I said, "What the heck?" And so I went up to him, and there he was just trying to lift his leg, and he was basically, he couldn't hold his weight, he couldn't get up or anything. So $2,300 later at the vet, we learned that he has an immune arthritic something. And so he's been on meds, he's been on prednisone, he's been on amoxicillin, he's doing better, and we don't know where this will take us down the road with him. But here's a little video of him swimming at the lake as we close out. This was the second, this was about 3 weeks ago, where he was doing great, and every time I'd throw a cast out in the lake, he'd want to go chase it, so there he was chasing it early in the morning. All right, with that said, guys, I just want to say thanks for sitting here listening to me and talking away, and I hope you found some enjoyment in it. This is all about entertainment, and we'll hopefully be back soon. Take care. This is another item I've been working on. It's a plow disc and making a cooking utensil out of it. I've doing 2 of them right now, and I did one for previously. Borrowed the roll from my buddy Flea Market Dave, and you'll see my welding table there. And quite a mess in here. So I've had to throw that in too, something else that's going on here. Hey, one more item before we sign off. We'll put this ahead of Howie. But Tom Lipton showed the chamfering tool to put in a drill bit driver, and I ended up trying to cheat and bought the $10 version from China, and I've got some microscope shots of it, and we'll take a look at it. But I got to tell you, this tool really is nice. As you can see, it just go in there and chamfer away. It's fantastic. All right, enough of that.